Hi, welcome back to Craft Storytime at the Huntington Beach Public Library. My name is Miss Maribel and I hope you're doing well. Friends, what do you think our theme is this week? Any ideas? If you guessed fox, you're right. Our theme this week is fox. Our first story is called A Fox Found a Box, and it was written by Ged Adamson. Fox was searching. Somewhere under the snow, there was food, and to find it, he had to dive in again and again. Ouch! Looks like he might have hit a rock there. This didn't look like food, but what was it? What do you guys think it is? Nobody seemed to know. I think it's a box, said Owl. There was a stick on top that moved. There were round things on it that looked interesting. What if I just click? The box is singing, chirped the birds. What do you think it is now? Yeah, that's interesting. The animals began to swish their tails and flap their wings and move their feet. It felt nice. What are they doing? Yeah, they're dancing. What's playing? Some music maybe? Every day they would listen to the box. Sometimes the music made them feel dreamy. Sometimes it made them feel sort of sad. Maybe like country. Sad songs. Sometimes it made them want to rock out. It went and every night the box's music filled the forest. Until one morning, the box stopped singing. The animals poked it. Fox tried burying it and digging it up. He thought that maybe the box was too cold. Fox tried warming it up. What do you guys think happened? Yeah, but nothing would make the box sing again. Oh, maybe its batteries died, you guys think? Then something happened. Fox heard a sound. It went drip, drop, drip, drop. His ears twitched and his tail swished. One paw tapped, then the other. Fox's whole body moved to the drip, drop beat. Now the other animals heard the forest too. The whoosh, whoosh of the wind. The chitter, chatter of the geese, the crunch, crunch of snow underfoot, and the gurgle, gurgle of the river. So what are they doing? They're listening to the sounds of the forest and listening to the rhythm of it. They started to notice everything, the smell of the pine trees, the falling snow, and the beautiful view. And every night the animals would nestle down, close their eyes, and let the forest sing them to sleep. And it felt nice. The end. Yay! All right, friends, our last book is called Where's Baby? And it was written by Ann Hunter. Have you seen Baby, Mama Fox? Why, Baby must be somewhere, Papa Fox. Where could that baby be? You see him? Baby, are you indoors? Maybe baby went out. Where is baby? You see him? Yeah, look, he's right there, right behind him. Baby, are you up in the tree? I'm up in the tree, but I'm not your baby. Who's that? Yeah, it's Owl. Where is his baby? Yeah, he's right there. He doesn't seem to notice. Baby, are you inside the log? Is he inside the log, guys? No. Who is inside the log? Do you see that? Yeah, it's Skunk. Oh no. Where's his baby? Right here. He's saying, watch out, there's a skunk. I am inside the log, but I'm not your baby. Go away. Oh no, baby's going, oh no, don't get sprayed. Baby, are you over the hill? Oh my. I'm over the hill, but I'm not your baby. Oh no. Where is his baby? You see him? Yeah. Baby, are you down in the hole? Eek! Fox! Help! Help! Oh, never mind. Baby, are you under the water? I'm under the water, but I'm not your baby. Where is his baby? Ah, right behind his tail. He doesn't seem to notice that it's following him. Good heavens, that's not baby. Baby, are you around the bend? I'm around the bend, but I'm not your baby. I'm Davy. Where is his baby? Hey, right over here. Mama Fox, I can't find baby anywhere. Have you looked behind you, Papa Fox? There he is, right? Baby, where on earth have you been? I've looked for you everywhere. Hi, Papa. Can we do that again? Oh, my goodness. That silly baby. The end. Yay! All right, my friends. Are you ready for our craft? All right, let's go. Hey guys, so this week we're going to be making a fox puppet, and what you're going to need is a lunch bag. You can use brown. I'm using white just because it helps brighten the colors that you use, but you could definitely use a brown one too. So you're going to need a lunch paper sack, this fox template. I'm going to put a link in the description box of where you can download this template from our Google Drive folder, and you can download this and past templates from previous videos. You're also going to need some googly eyes. If you don't have them, you can draw them on, and a black little pom-pom. Same, if you don't have it, you could always draw it on. You're also going to need glue, a stapler, scissors, and you can use crayons, markers, color pencils, paint daughters, just about almost anything to color. I'm going to use a paint daughter, and it's just like a giant marker. It's very, very helpful when you have to cover large surfaces, because sometimes the ink and the markers die out when you cover large surfaces, and paint is very messy. So this is a really good in the middle ground thing to use. I highly recommend them. So I'm going to go ahead and use this orange paint daughter to color because I want an orange fox. You can use you could color your fox whatever color you want. I'm going to do orange, so that's why I have this orange one, but you could definitely color purple, green, blue, rainbow, whatever you like. All right, friends. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to color our fox template. These are his ears, these are his little cheeks, and this is his tail. I'm going to leave his cheeks white. I'm going to color his ears orange, tail orange. I'm going to color both sides of it because I want them to be able to be seen from the back and the front. And I'm going to color my paper bag orange as well because my fox will be orange. So it's going to take a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and speed through this. If you need to go ahead and pause while you color, go ahead and do that. And as soon as you're ready to move on to the next step, go ahead and hit play. So let's go ahead and start our coloring. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do for the very tips of the tail, because it's very hard to reach to, you could use a marker or a color pencil to fill that in, or you can also use a Q-tip. So I'm going to go ahead and get a marker and kind of fill that in, that little gap. I think there might be a difference in color, but that's okay. I'm just going to roll with that. And same for the other side. I'm going to just go ahead and roll with a different color. I'm going to kind of pull it up a little bit so I can kind of see where I kind of missed the coloring for this. Okay. All right. So, and the one thing with paint dotters is because it's kind of like a big marker, I would put a tablecloth down if you want, because you will get, you know, stuff all over the table. So just an FYI there. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out our, fox parts. And so let's go ahead and do that because then we're going to glue these onto our bag. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold our bag in. So this part of the bag we're going to fold in. So it's this corner we're going to fold down and in just like that. So then you have a fox face just like so. And now you have a fox face. And what you're going to do is you're going to grab your stapler and staple that into place, just like so. And we're going to repeat and do on the other side. And fold and staple. Just like so. And so now you have a fox face. And then what we're going to do is we're going to glue this cheek right like this. And we're going to go ahead and glue the other cheek just the same, like this, over on those folded sides. And that is actually going to cover the staple, so you're not going to be able to see the staple that you use. So let's go ahead and glue our cheeks onto our edges. Make sure you have a nice thick layer of glue onto your cheek so it does not come off. Just like so. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. I'm going to put the cheek with the lines down, so when I look at my fox I don't see the lines, the black cutting lines. So I'm going to put that part down. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to go ahead and place the eyes. Mine are stickers, so I just have to take the back part of it off. And then I'm going to place the eyes right over there's one. Go ahead and do the other one. Some of these eyes are sometimes tricky to get the edge off. There we go. Then go ahead and do the other eye, just like so. I'm going to go ahead and glue his nose. I'm going to put glue directly onto the pom-pom, not the paper, because then it's not going to stick if you put it on the paper versus on its pom-pom directly. Make sure you have a nice thick layer, even possibly a little chunk, just like so, on there, and then go ahead and press it down, just like so. Next, we're going to have his ears. Again, I'm going to glue it like this so that the line is in the back, and I'm going to put some glue right on the front bottom little edge. Again, I'm going to put enough glue, make sure that my ears don't come off. I'm going to do it just like that. I'm going to go ahead and repeat on this side, on the other side, and put some glue on the edge, bottom edge, and then put enough so that it doesn't fall off. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and place the other ear just like so, and then we are going to go ahead and glue our tail, and I'm going to glue the tail right in the back, just like so. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue right on the tip of the tail. Again, I'm going to make sure it has enough so my tail does not fall off. So just about so. And then place it where you'd like it to go, and then put some pressure on that so it doesn't fall off. Okay. All right. So there you have our fox puppet. And this is what it looks like in the back. Ooh, looks like I missed some coloring spots, which is okay because we can just go back over it in orange. Just like so. That's what he looks like in the back. This is what he looks like in the front. And then you could go ahead and place your hand in to the puppet. And you should still be able to make it talk. Just like so. Alright. Make sure if you're using paint daughters to color, that you give it some time to dry, because when it's wet it's very soft and it can tear easily, more easily. So if you do paint it with paint daughters, give it some time to rest, then come back to it once it's dry, because it'll be sturdier. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this craft. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the notification bell so that you're aware of when we upload our next video. I'll see you guys next Saturday at 2 p.m. Hope you guys are safe. Bye.